Hi, it's Nikki here from Happy Hormones for Life, and today it's the middle of Mental Health Awareness Week, and I wanted to talk about how mental health and menopause are connected and what you can do to feel better. Because both mental health and menopause are finally getting the attention that they deserve, rightly. But for many women going through menopause, their symptoms are still getting mixed up and often misdiagnosed. And that's because menopause isn't just about physical symptoms like hot flushes and night sweats. Maybe even more common than that are the psychological and mental health issues like low mood, anxiety, mood swings, low motivation, brain fog, memory loss. And I personally had hoped that things had changed radically since I was offered antidepressants for my mood swings and brain fog in my 40s. But I'm still hearing this similar stories every single day from women in our clinic. And personally, I really don't want this to be continuing and to be a first line treatment for women because mental health and menopause are different, caused by different things. So there is a massive hormone element in mental health issues that needs to be ruled out. And if you're a woman over 40, definitely needs to be ruled out because there is a really strong relationship between hormones and the brain. Signals from the brain determine which hormones are produced, and hormones in the body influence brain activity and mental health. So you can't ignore the hormone element of this. The hormones involved, we've got cortisol, stress hormone. I talk about it a lot because it kind of rules the roost. And everything that's been happening over the last year, it's we've got high and low levels of cortisol, which can both affect your neurotransmitters in the brain, particularly serotonin, which we know is your happy hormone, dopamine, that feel-good hormone, and GABA, your calming hormone. These can all be affected by cortisol. So when we've got lots of stress around, no wonder we're going to have mental health issues. Thyroid is the next one. Now, thyroid function can worsen as we get older, particularly through menopause, and particularly if we're stressed as well. That's a double whammy effect. And thyroid hormones, if you haven't got enough of them, it slows down your brain function, and this can result in the similar symptoms: depression, anxiety, brain fog, memory loss. So we have to rule out thyroid as a causal factor. Estrogen and progesterone during perimenopause and menopause, they are going to decline and fluctuate. So too much estrogen can cause irritability, anxiety. Too little estrogen can often make you depressed and foggy and over emotional. And then progesterone is your calming hormone. So that stimulates the brain's GABA receptors, those feel good, calming neurotransmitter. And that can and obviously progesterone declines rapidly as we go through menopause. Testosterone is not just a male hormone, women need it too. It's very important. And it obviously depletes rapidly as we go through menopause as well. Insulin, we've talked about before. In menopause, we are more prone to insulin resistance, and that can lead to inflammation, which can then travel to the brain and alter your mood and your brain function. Vitamin D is actually a hormone, and it has a large number of receptors in the brain. So if we're vitamin D deficient, that can also lead to things like depression. So, something as simple as vitamin D deficiency, which is so easy to test for, we absolutely need to rule that out. Anybody with mood issues. So, one of the most important things to do if you're in menopause or perimenopause, if you're over 40, that's where you are. You need to be balancing your hormones. And, I talk about this a lot, but balancing your hormones can absolutely impact your mental health. So, managing your stress is the first thing. Prioritizing stress management, switching off time every single day, make it a non-negotiable, whether that's just 5 minutes of deep breathing, mindful meditation, taking a walk, reading a book, listening to music, whatever it is, plan it into your routine. Number 2, balance your blood sugar. We are more carb sensitive as we go through menopause, and that increases our estrogen. So we're risking insulin resistance, which creates inflammation. So what we want to do is eat more protein and healthy fats at every meal, lots and lots of veggies for your carbs and fiber, limiting the sugar, the refined carbs, the alcohol, the caffeine, all of that stuff. We know that, but kind of I need to remind you sometimes, and myself. We need to kind of limit our snacking as well between meals because that pushes up your insulin too. Third one is moving more. Exercise really helps to improve your mood and your stress levels. So we've got to find the right balance. Again, we don't want to be too sedentary, but we don't want to over-exercise either because that's going to push up cortisol and that's going to be detrimental. So do what feels good, what your energy reserves can allow you to do. Top up your vitamin D, get some sunshine on your skin. We're getting a little bit more sunshine at the moment, which is lovely. Or take a supplement, and not just a tiny supplement. You need at least 2,000 to 4,000 IU a day to get the vitamin D that we need. Less in the summer when you're getting that sun exposure, but make sure you're testing and topping up if you need to. Next thing to do is to eat our brain healthy foods. So things like oats and brown rice and quinoa for your B vits, some eggs. Eggs, in the yolk, you've got choline, really important nutrient for the brain. So don't leave out your egg yolks. They're the most important bit. Turkey for tryptophan, that's your precursor to serotonin. It's got zinc and protein in as well. Dark chocolate is great, yay, for magnesium and for your antioxidants, all very important. Seeds, lots of seeds, chuck them all in. Seafood for iodine and B vitamins and zinc. Oily fish, really important for your omega-3 fats, which feed your brain. And your dark green leafy veg. Obviously, you always have to have your dark green leafy veg in there. Hormone balancing foods, you want to put some phytoestrogens in there to balance your estrogen, so things like organic soy and flax seeds and chickpeas and lentils. And then your cruciferous veg, always talk about those, but they help your liver to detox that excess estrogen. Next, you might want to try some body identical HRT. Now, if your symptoms are caused by low levels of estrogen and progesterone, then you want to be trying the natural form of HRT, which is the body identical, available on the NHS. Go find my blog on that if you want more information on that. And lastly, if you can, get yourself properly tested. Hormones, gut health, nutrients all have an impact on our mental health and our brain function. So if you can't find what's causing your symptoms, then you may want to dig deeper and get some testing done. We offer comprehensive testing, so talk to us if you want to know more about that. Supplements for brain health can be really helpful as well, because nutrient deficiencies can contribute to low mood and other mental health issues. So we want to make sure we're eating nutrient-dense foods, like the ones I've talked about, and adding in supplements to support your brain health. So a good multi will give you those B vitamins that you need for those neurotransmitters, as well as key minerals for your brain cell health. Omega fats, if you're not eating enough oily fish, then we might need to get some more omega fat supplements in there, because your brain is pretty much 60% fat. Magnesium can help with that brain plasticity. Vitamin D helps to reduce the inflammation and regulate your nerve cell function. And things like 5-HTP, which contains tryptophan, can be very helpful for low mood and sleep, actually, if you take it before bed. Not if you're taking an antidepressant, because it is an alternative to that. So I have a collection of approved vitamins, which you can go and check out, of all my favourite brands. And if you do suspect your mood may be linked to hormones or menopause, please contact us for more information on how we can help. Hope that was helpful, and stay well.